Oh, I'm live. There's a delay. Hi, it's me, LA, pronounced like LA like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm crazy. If you could have seen the comments that I wrote about myself in the first colorism video, you will hit the floor laughing. Hit the floor. Yes, boy. Like, did she say that? Yeah, I was really concerned about my forehead yesterday. I forgot how big it is. So I put down in my comments on the first colorism video that, oh, hi y'all, that I was gonna have to cover up my five head with do something. As you can see, I haven't felt like flat ironing my hair yet. It's so much work. But I tried covering up my forehead today. It'll be an adventure. Each day my hair will probably be different. But if I zoom in close, you can't tell, can you? This is me. I'm supposed to be talking about colorism. I'm over here talking about my forehead. Hi, welcome to my show. You're watching Elay TV. And my first video for the colorism was fun. My second video I'm going to talk about in colorism is called Seeing Myself Through the Eyes of My Immediate Family Collectively, based on how I viewed things. I did a lot of internalization. I never knew what that word was or that practice I was doing until I got older. I don't think I really knew what internalization was by definition until probably after college, but I knew that's what I was doing, thinking inside all the time. I constantly thought to myself, be amazing what. Woo. Okay, so I would like to start out with the video too with reading to you the definition of what colorism is. Colorism, prejudice or discrimination against individuals with a dark skin tone, typically among people of the same ethnic or racial group. Colorism within the Black community has been a serious emotional and psychological battle. I'm going to read the definition again. Colorism, prejudice or discrimination against individuals with a dark skin tone, typically among people of the same ethnic or racial group. Colorism within the Black community has been a serious emotional and psychological battle. My topic today is colorism. Oh, look, you can see my cheeks. I'm using the natural sunlight today. So you're going to see like different shadows. You're really going to see, you know, my everything coming through, but I'm not wearing any makeup because I don't want to. My eyes are a little puffy. I'm a little tired, but well rested. Busy day. I'm a mom, a wife, XYZ. Let's see here. So, family collectively. Seeing myself through the eyes of my immediate family collectively. Well, I wonder if I can pause this because um it looks like I'm buffering and I don't want to keep continuing this video wondering about buffering. I want to just enjoy talking how I feel without any interruption. I pray that don't happen again. I think I know what might be causing it. Guys, if it happened too many times, I might have to come back. No. Oh, so seeing myself through the eyes of my immediate family, I really never took the time to really go back to think about all those issues and worries and concerns and points of views for what seems like decades because like I said, I did a lot of internalizing and that was then, this is now. So this is all kind of raw, meaning I had to really think about it and I wanted to do this live so it can come across as natural as possible. It's scripted a little bit so I can try to stay on task. How I saw myself through the eyes of my family, in a nutshell, I really didn't realize that having lighter skin was the grocer's choice until I start hearing people in my immediate family, mom, dad, aunts, uncles, and cousins and stuff. And then, of course, when you go to cousins' houses, maybe their friends or whoever over there will say stuff. You pick up like that. Or if you go to your cousin's house and the neighborhood's kids are there, you hear their conversation. So that's kind of like family too back then because I always saw them at some point in my life. For a short duration of time, I still picked up enough that did some damage to me today, as far as emotionally developing and how I view things. So, seeing myself through the eyes of my immediate family, it's terrible how that stuff is taught and how when you are young you are impressionable and some kids are just slower than others. Some kids are innocent by nature, meaning they're very naive in a way that it's pure. So if you tell them something, they're going to take it as gospel because why would you question the authority of someone you love? So having said that, I believe that's how my energy was and is. Um, why would I question what comes out of my parents' mouths or aunts' mouths or even cousins? Bigger cousins. Because hey, I'm learning. I'm here to absorb. Seeing myself through the eyes of my immediate family collectively, I just really didn't know it was just a thing to be light skinned and that it was better. I didn't like it because it brought more attention to me that I didn't want. I loved my cousins and stuff, but I would have preferred to be alone. I had favorite cousins per se. I wouldn't say favorite, they just appeared to be favorite because that's who we were around the most for whatever reason. Life dealt us those cards to be around a specific sector of cousins. It don't necessarily mean we loved and or got along like that or was best friends forever. It's just the way circumstances brought us together because I believe if everything was going perfect in both of our worlds, I don't even think we would have even really had a relationship, period. That's just how it is. But those things were out of my control because I was just a child. But you guys, it's like I just wish people didn't harp on light being right, light being better. Of I felt bad. I didn't want people just addressing me or noticing me because oh she's high yellow. I'm like, what's high yellow? That's not even in the crayon box. Okay, gold, but you know what I mean. I'm like, okay, high yellow. What's that? I thought I was black. So it literally started putting a wedge of confusion in me because I was literally thinking, well, if these people are calling us black, why are you calling me light skin? Because to me, light skin don't mean black. What is light skin? I can't pick light skin out of a crayon box. I can't draw myself. How can I draw myself? In elementary and stuff, because I like to draw, I'm like, if the teacher told me to draw myself, I drew myself, but I didn't know how to color my shade in. I was confused and I didn't know how to express that to my teacher. Unfortunately, at a young age, it was a lot of things I was thinking about in my head. I really knew in my heart that I shouldn't even be talking to adults about. Because in my head, I'm like, why bother? They're going to think I'm being too complicated or something's wrong with me or not really acknowledge the fact that I may be acknowledging something deeper than what everybody else around me is willing to face already. So I'm like, I'm a black person, but people are starting to go around telling me I'm yellow, high yellow. light bright. I get the analogy, but yet I still can't find my color in the crayon box. I'm not mixed. To my knowledge, I'm not mixed. I'm just gonna say I'm black, okay? I'm African American. I haven't done any ancestry tests or anything like that, but I want to, and not to see if I'm mixed with something. I just want to see what is all in me, but not to be like, oh God, I hope I'm mixed with something so I can feel more better than everyone else. I'm 13% this, I'm 1% that. That really don't count. Abu, you black. I'm sorry. Hello, that's how I see myself. I'm black, okay? Period. But I still want to know more about myself. Um, it's just hectic. I am 34 years old and I still fight with this. Not self-acceptance or trying to find myself. It's just tiring. Some days it's more tiring than others. I need to reread this title again so I can try to stay on course. Seeing myself through the eyes of my immediate family collectively. So, overhearing people in my family say certain things, how in hushed undertones when they thought maybe we weren't listening, or a regular conversation on the phone. Oh, yeah, she light. Everybody gonna want her. And I'm not even referring to what they were saying about me. These are conversations people who were adults or older than me were having about people their age. Or, girl, yeah, she light. She gonna get everything she want. Men don't want us no more. Or, she gonna have some good hair and oh, she's gonna get the job. I heard a lot of this going on. Once again, I'm 34 years old, so what I did hear a lot amongst a lot of the trackings off. This is terrible. Was like I'm qualified, I'm well qualified, I'm overqualified, but I know this light skinned chick gonna get the job, or this light skinned chick got the job, or this mixed chick got the job because she lighter and she's more socially acceptable than me, but she don't know nothing. I heard a lot of that going on when I was growing up. So apparently they were just fighting trying to get a good job. And when people were hiring the token black, they still overlooked education and picked color, shade color. I've heard that and I've actually seen that happen. It's terrible too, Oh, we've come a long way. I can't say that. But we got to sustain though, or we're going to end up going backwards. Let's just keep it that way. But we have come a long way. I'm happy to have been born when I was born so I could see the past, the now. I've seen the, stuff transition to how it is now so I can appreciate who I am, where I am, and all that stuff. So it's my responsibility to teach to the best I know how my struggles when I'm comfortable and ready to not only myself to show myself that I've grown and overcome things, not only so it can acknowledge to me that I'm in a better place in life, but to help my future children when and if we have children, and even people's kids that I personally call my babies. Oh, that's my baby. I love him or love her to death. They just love to life. They're just so adorable. Neighborhood kids and such. So if anybody's watching this, I know it will be helping them, even though it may not sound to me that it's coming out clearly. This will help someone. I'm light skinned. I never knew I was until everybody on the outside told me about myself. Thanks, people, for your opinions that I'm light skinned. Because it took me years to figure out, okay, if I'm light or am I black. I knew I was African American, but I still was getting treated with more attention like I was a tropical fish in a fish tank with regular just goldfish. That's how they treated me. Not saying it was all about me, but once again, this is coming from my point of view. What I zeroed in on was the fact that they were saying I was listening to more of the outward things, wishing that they would have said something else that I could have brought with me today in this lifetime, this current state I'm in, that was more edifying than my outward appearance. That's what I'm really trying to say. It's like if my old me had a funeral, all people would say is she was light skinned, nice, quiet, pretty, beautiful. But what else? You guys, so that I know I'm not the only one who felt that way. It's like I'm smart in my own way. What else is it that you notice about me? Okay, I'll take it. I'm quiet. But I didn't like that because you praised the fact that I was quiet because I wasn't in y'all's way, in y'all hair, getting in y'all way. Y'all didn't have to take care of me because I was quiet. That's how I saw it. That's how I view it today. Till I get convicted to look at it any other way, that's how it's gonna remain. You like because I didn't get in nobody's way like other kids. You didn't really have to discipline me. That's fine and dandy, but what else? You know, I just was out of y'all's way. So that's the only reason y'all really appreciated me. Oh my gosh. Colorism. To this day, when I draw and color myself, I still have a difficult time trying to figure out how to blend the shades of my hues in on paper. I see that this is not moving with my mouth. I'm not going to stop this. You guys are just going to have to close your eyes and open your ears and listen to what I'm saying because I'm not going to redo this over. I just have to keep going. Um, I know I'm a black person, but how do I draw my skin color on paper? I wrote a book, for example. I wrote a children's book called Sandwich Man. It's a nutritional children's book, okay? And in there, there's a little boy named Joey. The only thing I could ever remember when I showed the African American community that I wrote a book, they turned the page, opened it up, and saw Joey and said, "Oh, this is a good book. I can see it making a lot of money." That I agree on too. But how come you made the boy white? You should have made him look like us. I'm like, he is black. So basically, the boy that I drew in my children's book called Sandwich Man, his name is Joey. I made him look like my color. I did to the best of my ability. I think I had to use 3 shades of color pencils to make him my color. So he's a mix of colors. Even though I'm black, even though Joey's black, they weren't seeing. So saying that out loud, it goes to show I'm not the only one running around here identifying race by shades of hues in a crayon box. You know, when white people make children's books, the main character is typically their color. If a white woman is making a beautiful children's book, of course, more than likely, she's going to make the babies white because it's about her. It's coming from her. Everything that she's drawn, she's written, is coming out of her and onto that paper. It's a reflection of, and that's celebrated and it's adored. It's no different from me when I write. I have children books, I have young adult books. So when I write, the description of how these girls are, they do look like me because I am African American and I am this color here. I'm not being racist. I'm not being coloristically biased. I'm kind of writing a reflection of me, my life through my eyes. It's no different from when, for like a sister soldier, she's a brown skinned woman, she's writing. So when she writes that color in her literature. She's not being biased, she's writing through the reflection of her soul. So, you can't come up there telling me when you look through the book I've written, Sandwich Man, you need to make him look like us when I did. He's my color. I'm black. That character in there is black. So quit telling me to change it. It just don't make sense. Look in the mirror. You go write a book. Make somebody your color complexion. I'm black. I'm black. I'm just a different shade. Okay? Ugh. Now, the frustration that I'm showing you was the frustration I was carrying inside as a child for many years because I didn't want to express it to people older than me because I just knew they weren't going to get it. It would be something simple. Just be happier like that. You don't have to worry about issues like that, dark skin issues. What? 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 What kind of. I see what you're saying. I see where you're coming from, but what? Seeing myself through the eyes of my immediate family. I guess having fair skin paved the way so I can put food on the table. I guess my shade of skin will guarantee that I will have a husband, a steady job, great photos, pick of the litter for men, beautiful children guaranteed. At least their skin won't be dark. Your hair is another thing. But right now we talking about your skin. At least you'll be able to go on the white side of town when it's dark and not get pulled over by police because you look closer to their color. Oh, you can have white friends because you fit in. Just on the surface. You know what I'm saying? So hearing the conditioning of that, and I'm not even talking about TV people. This is from the run in the mill of what you hear through my eyes as a child, summed up based on conversations I heard not directly told to me, indirectly heard sometimes, but picked up overhearing conversations on the telephone, conversations shared amongst each other while cooking, cleaning, or just being around family talking. I'm quiet. I'm not gonna go around telling people's business. Why? It's pointless. But I can't help but hear, even though those things about people's skin complexions were not directly towards me, they were about someone in their age, in their circle, I still absorbed that in because I couldn't help but not to ignore it because I was the same color, but I was black. I'm not mixed, but I can sure as heck see why some of the mixed people back then were perplexed about where they fit in at. There's a thing I feel And it feels on the vibe like that. You see how the light is shining off of me? It's just like that. That's how I feel. I connect solely on the level that I'm black. I collect solely on the level because when I have to check my race, when I'm getting my license renewed, or doing some financial aid, I check black. That's where I feel evenly united with my people when it comes to color, because I have to check that box too. Outside of that box defining me, it's back to this. When the line is supposed to be straight across, my line is like this, always shaky, like anxiety, because it's undefined, undeclared, and chooses, it's not getting anywhere. It's not getting fixed. And I think that's what's causing the uneasiness. People are finally starting to stop circling around this whole topic and trying to really uproot this crap so our lines can be even. That we all come in different shades. We're people. Some are going to be on one end of the spectrum, really dark and white. So the people in the middle, we shouldn't have to struggle to fit in and want to be accepted completely. You know, it's not fair. But it do suck because I can't really find my shade in the box. So I have to blend colors. In the summertime, I tan real nice, so it was easy for me to find my shade. But when I'm not in the sun, look how the light hit. 1 minute I'm this color, 1 minute I'm this color. I know it's all about lighting, but it's like, dog, either way the light hit the color to color myself. I think I might wrap it up here. My name is LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy, and I'm doing the best I can to present to you how I saw colorism, how I see colorism, and how it affected me as a light skinned black girl.